Hey everyone, it's Ryder from Skip. I hope you're doing well. In this video, I'm going to talk about 2022 grants, how to get grants this year, how to find out first about grants that come up, and maximize your chances of getting grants to help you as an individual or a small business owner. There's new grant programs that are already out this year. There's specialty grant programs depending on your background, private grants, public grants, and everything in between. I'll give a quick overview here. Be sure to hit subscribe, turn on the alerts, and join our community. That's the best way to never miss an important video when it comes to grants, loans, funding, small business help, and ways to help you skip the red tape. I'm going to cover four main things today. A recap of the grants you missed in 2021, and of those grants, which ones are still active this year. Number two, new grants that have started as of a couple days ago. Number three, how to make sure that you never miss out on a grant opportunity this year. Spoiler alert, 2022 grants.com to find out. I'll say more about that in a minute. And fourth, we've put up an in-depth post on the best small business grants for women in 2022. It's part of our in-depth series where we do deeper dives in certain areas. We'll be covering general grants, grants for minority-owned businesses, grants for veteran-owned businesses, and so much more. I'll keep it quick. Be sure to watch until the end. You know, it's been 22 months since the CARES Act was passed, March 2020. That's when many of these grant and stimulus programs first started, and many folks like you are still looking for resources. There's typically two scenarios. Either you really need it to help your business survive, or you're being opportunistic and want to grow your business. You have big dreams and you want capital. I always say there's a couple different paths. There's loans, lines of credits, low interest financing, and other forms of relatively inexpensive capital. Then there are grants. It's good to look at both and know what's out there. Here's a look at the SBA data. They gave out millions of grants over the past 2 years. They had $20 billion to give out $1,000 per employee. I believe over 5 million people received grants. The average grant size was around $3,000. Then a year ago, the second relief package allocated another $30 billion for targeted funding, topping up to $10,000 grants. Here's the latest data. Nearly 600,000 folks received those full 10K grants, and you can see state by state here. And there was extra funding for supplemental grants. Supplemental has ended. Targeted, some people are still being approved. By and large, these programs have ended though. Now, it remains to be seen whether the federal government will do other grant programs. It's doubtful, but cities, states are still doing grant programs for certain businesses. You know, we have a state-by-state guide to small business funding and grants. We update weekly. You can see grants for all businesses, includes NAV, FedEx. A lot of these existed last year and are continuing into this year. For example, the FedEx grant has a deadline January 31st. There's Verizon grants, Klarna grants, NAS, Barstool Fund, GoFundMe, Etsy, Wells Fargo. You can see all these on the Skip app. It's Hello Skip in the App Store and Google Play. Grants for minority-owned businesses, grants for women-owned businesses, grants for veterans. We already have a ton here. You can see the latest. And again, we update those every single week. Two, I want to pull out today, of course, our $1,000 grants. Last week, we picked $25,000 grant winners. Half were cash grants, half were $1,000 towards personalized funding support with our team, where we go in depth to help your business wherever you're at. Most of you need or want funding help. We picked winners last week. We're going to keep doing this about once a month. You can always go to helloskip.com/1K to enter in a few seconds if you haven't yet. Like I said, it's free. A second new one that may be relevant to some of you is through Merchant Maverick. You know, they have a lot of resources for small businesses. They have started a grant program for AAPI-owned restaurants. It's not just restaurants. It's broadly any business that has some type of food or drink. Includes a food cart, kiosk, grocery store, bakery, cafe. They'll only be accepting 5,000 applications. It opened up a couple days ago. That's why I'm mentioning it. These are $10,000 grants. So if you have fallen in that category, I'll leave a link in the description. The third point, if you do not want to miss out on any grants this year, of course, download our app if you haven't yet. But a quicker way is go to 2022grants.com. It'll take you to this page. Drop in your email. We will keep you up to date. 2022grants.com. Feel free to tell a friend or colleague as well. I think the biggest problem with grants is not knowing what's out there. If you need to spend 1 hour, 5 hours, should you keep looking? Well, our team will do that for you. We'll just give you the summary, and you can rest assured that if it's out there, we're finding it for you. And we're helping people apply for grants. A lot of these grants have questions about how to describe your business, what's your vision for the business. We've helped a lot of people go through those, how to frame it, what's good to put for those descriptions, what's bad. And if you want help, go to helloskip.com/join. Choose the premium or VIP option, or use the link in the description. Okay, the last piece for today, because I said I'd keep it short. We put up this post yesterday, the best small business grants for women in 2022. This is a post we will keep updated. We go over a lot of important things here, including how to get that designation according to the SBA, what does it entail to be a women-owned business, and there are federally funded grants for women, but this requires a women-owned business certification. If you want to become certified, we can help you there. Use that join link in the description and choose the VIP option. Grants.gov, great resource. A lot of the times you need a DUNS number, a SAM.gov number. Those can be straightforward, but we can help you get those numbers as well. And you can see a list of federal grants, federal contracting. Some, of course, are very niche. Some have broad applicability. At the state and local levels, you can check the SBDC, Small Business Development Center. These are regional. They provide mentoring, training, tools to support business startups or existing businesses grow. There's also women business centers, similar to SBDCs. They have specific focus on women, part of a national network of women entrepreneurs, and they are located all over the country as well. Plus, private small business grants for women. There's the Amber Grant Foundation, gives out around $30K per month. I've talked about them in the past. There's the SoGal Black Founder Startup Grant. This is for Black women entrepreneurs. I Fund Women Universal Grant, Halstead Grant, FedEx 10K grants, and a few other tips. To recap, some don't require much proof, just self-certifying it's a women-owned business. Some require that you get a certification or designation that you're a women-owned business, plus a DUNS number or a SAMS number. Happy to help with those. I'll leave the link to this in the description and at 2022grants.com. Thanks for tuning in and subscribing to join our community. Most importantly, stay well, stay healthy, and I'll see you tomorrow.